Welcome back to Teen Time Crafters with Finkelstein Memorial Library. I'm Miss Diane, and today we're going to be doing a superhero craft. We're going to be making little magnets so that you can decorate your locker or your fridge at home or anything else that's metal. Alright, so let's get started. In your kit, you should have some pretty powerful little magnets. You should have some flat back glass beads. You should have some little two-sided sticky things that are red on one side and white on the other. And you should have an assortment of little round paper pictures of superheroes. I cut these out myself. Normally, if we were doing this at the library, you'd be able to choose your own superheroes, and I'm so sorry. Hopefully next time we do this. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the assortment. I've tried to hit on some of the major names, and I have here Rocket Raccoon. And excellent. And one paintbrush and some glue. Okay, and that's our whole kit. Alrighty. So the finished product will look something a little bit like this. It's Gamora. I'm a Guardians fan, if you can't tell. Okay, so we're going to have the glass part on top, the picture in the middle, the little layer of sticky, and then the magnet on the back. All right, let's get started. Okay, so take one of your glass beads, grab your glue and paintbrush, and just dab a tiny little bit of your glue. Oops, that's too much. Less is more. You want it to be just enough so that you can stick your paper to it pretty well, but not so much that it runs everywhere. Okay, let's see. All right. All right, so now take your superhero picture, the side that you want facing out of your bubble, put that side down. So now the picture that you want to see should be facing out of the round part of your little glass bead. Okay, and then the back side should be whatever's on the back of that picture. Okay. So far, so good. Give that a little bit of time to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to go on to the next one. You should have a few of these in your kit so you can do them all at once. Okay. Once again, we're going to take a little bit of glue. Dab it on there. And again, you don't need a lot, just enough to stick your picture on. Here we have Groot. Okay, you can see it's a little bit wiggly, and it will be until that glue dries a little bit. In the meantime, we can go ahead and prepare the next step. So I'm working quickly because we're doing a video, but in the real world, you should probably give that at least 10-ish minutes for that glue to set so that it's easier to work with. Now, next up, we have these little tiny discs. They should say 3M on one side, and they are white on the other. The white part does not have a little tab, and it's much harder to remove. If I were you, I would pull that side first. They're equally sticky on both sides. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take the one that I did first, And I'm going to put that right on the back over the picture. Okay. And I'm going to pull this little red tab very carefully off the back. And now I should have another sticky side right on the back of that magnet, the glass bead. So we're going to take our magnet and just stick it right on. Line it up as best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you really don't want the magnet showing behind the glass if you can. All right, now you're going to notice when you do this that the picture is going to be a little bit, there's Rocket, a little bit cloudy, and that's fine. This glue, even though it goes on pretty cloudy, once it dries, it'll be completely clear, no worries. I would let these set at least overnight before you start using them. So by morning, you will have a nice shiny new magnet to use. We're going to do that one more time on this one so you can see it again. Okay, I'm just going to tamp that down. The ends were curling. That happens. Okay. So once again, we're going to use the little 3M doohickey. I'm going to peel off the white side first. It doesn't really matter which side you peel off first. I just found that since the red side has a tab, it pulls off so much easier. I'd like to do the more difficult one first. Okay. This one's giving me some grief. If yours splits like that and the paper splits in two, just keep peeling until you get the gray. That's the color yours should be once it's done. Okay. So once again, we're going to line this up and stick it right on the back of this. Great. And then we're going to pull this little red tab very carefully, so we leave the gray behind. Perfect. Should look just like that. And we're going to line up our magnet. Okay. So you may have made these in a library program before. These are a favorite for us. And normally we don't use the sticky tabs. We use hot glue, which lasts and lasts. So I would be gentle with these. These are an experiment for us too. But so far so good. These seem pretty sturdy. I am kind of delighted by that because I was doubtful. But so far so good. Okay, so here's our finished Guardians magnets.